Level up in 6 months by creating small habits that produce big results. To get straight into it, we're going to level up in these next 6 months. We in July, but we still got a little ways to go. It's only half the year. And again, we got 6 months to do the thing. So the rest of July until December. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make a vision board. Go back to your roots. Old school, when you were in middle school, high school, even elementary. And you want to get one of those foldable cardboard boxes, or you can use a box you already have at the house, even if it's just one of those big poster boards, whatever you can get your hands on. We're going to get one of those, and you're going to go ahead, get your magazines, your newspaper articles like we used to do when we were growing up for my millennials. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to start cutting and pasting things to that vision board. You're going to start to reflect and think about all your goals and all of the things that you want to accomplish. And you're going to put it on that vision board. You're going to take your time with it. This ain't something that you want to rush. This isn't anything that you want to just throw together. Take your time with it. Be careful with it, and be exact. If it's a car that you want and that, it's a part of your goals, find something with either that exact car, your dream car, and put that on that board. If it's a certain job, degree, business, something you want to accomplish, put that on your vision board, something you can see every day. And that's the next thing you want to take and put it somewhere where you can see it and meditate on it every single day. So your bedroom wall is probably going to be your best bet. That's probably where you spend most of your time. So you want to go ahead and put your vision board on your wall. That way you can see it every single day. The next thing we're going to do to level up in these next 6 months is you're going to put effort into your look. What I mean by putting effort into your look, you're going to take the time every single day to make sure that you good, to make sure that you look good. You hear me? You're going to take care of yourself. That's all that is. From your hair to what you decide to actually wear as far as your outfit for the day. You gotta start to become the person that you dream of. You can't wait till you accomplish the goals and get there to be like, hey, yeah, now I'm going to start acting like I'm that person. No, you have to become that person now while you're en route to becoming it, if that makes sense. So you're going to take time and put effort into your look. That means, I know this is kind of old school, but ironing your clothes. Something as simple as ironing your clothes. Maybe you got a little steamer and you just steam your clothes, knock the wrinkles out. Put effort into it. Make sure you, I'm not saying you have to match, but make sure the fit goes together. Don't go out half, looking toe up, so to say. You want to make sure that you are well put together. You're going to make sure your haircut for fellas, you want to make sure your haircut at least twice a month. So every 2 weeks. You don't want to go months in between a haircut, fellas. You want to get your haircut at least twice a month, so every other week. That's how we used to do it when I was growing up. A haircut was a must at least every 2 weeks. Right now this haircut here is going on week 2. So I'll be due for another haircut probably, if not this upcoming Friday, I believe the following. But a haircut can last you. If you got a good barber, a haircut can last you a pretty minute. So that's for the fellas. As far as the ladies go, you hear me? Y'all a little different, because y'all can do so much with y'all hair. So My advice and my suggestion would be is just to make sure it looks nice, whether that's braids or, you got your lace front on or whatever you got going on. Just make sure it looks good. Make sure it's nice. Don't come out with a frizzy wig or anything like that, even if that's even a thing. You hear me? So you want to make sure you putting effort into your look, and what goes along with putting effort into your look is making sure you have a skincare routine, because you're going to want to make sure that you are your face is nice and clean, especially the things that you control. A lot of things are out of our control, in a sense, like the atmosphere, the environment, and things like that can be harsh on our skin. But the one thing that we can control is at least to have a skincare routine that we can follow and keep up with. So the next thing I want you to do, and this is going to go into the next thing, is using a planner for your days. A lot of times we just kind of wing it as far as our days are concerned. We literally just be like, okay, I got to do this, and this. And you just kind of go with the flow as is. No, take your time, plan out your days. Some people can go as far as to planning out their week and a month, hour for hour of what has to be done. I would suggest to start off small and start off with just planning out the day. So every day, plan out the next day before you wind down and start to relax before that current day is over. Start to plan and prep for the next day. Use a planner. I would suggest to physically write it down. I know that's kind of old school, but I think the phone is okay, because we all have our phone in our hand. And I think that's the easiest way to go about it, is to just go ahead, use your phone. I don't know if you have a notes app, a calendar app, but just use a planner. Use the planner. And what you want to do is, let's say, breakfast at this time, lunch at this time, appointment at this time. You know how to use a planner. Punch everything in. Even if it's like a day to where you just need to get some cleaning done. Punch all of the items in that you need to get done as far as cleaning, washing clothes, washing dishes, folding clothes, cleaning bathrooms, whatever it is. And that's not to say you have to get all of those things completed, but you want to follow a plan, because that plan is going to become a routine, something you always do. So that planning and routine, use a planner and routines is that next thing to level up. When it comes to routines, you need to find something that you can stick to every single day. When it comes to your day-to-day in terms of your person. So getting up every morning, taking a nice shower, doing your skincare routine twice a day, brushing and washing your face and brushing your teeth twice a day. Some folks shower twice a day. That's what you want to focus on. You want to create those routines and get into a habit, making sure you're eating three meals a day, roughly the same time a day. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get into a routine, because again, we're trying to create small habits. You know what I'm saying? Those small habits that will produce big results in the long run. And it's going to be hard in the beginning because you're not used to structure. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making this video just for you. I'm talking to myself as well, So you want to figure out, what can I stick to? What routines can I stick to? And you want to follow that. And again, it's going to be hard in the beginning because you're not used to the structure of having to follow something every single day. But that's why we doing this, because we want to create that structure and that discipline in our lives. The next thing is break all your big goals into small goals. And for me, that looks like, I'm on my lifestyle journey when it comes to fitness and weight loss and things like that. So for me, instead of like saying, oh, I want to lose X amount of weight in this short amount of time, I'm taking that and making it bigger. So instead of saying, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds in 6 months, which is doable, I'm not putting that type of pressure on myself. Instead, I'm like, hey, look, I want to lose 30 pounds over the course of a year. but knowing that the bigger goal is actually to lose like maybe 60 to 100. So with the bigger goal being 60 to 100, instead of saying I'm trying to lose that in 6 months, I'm going to literally say, hey, look, the goal is to lose 3 pounds a month. So break those bigger goals down into small goals. And that's going to help you stay focused. It's going to keep you motivated because life happens, right? And what happens when life happens, we kind of slip up from our goals. And that's okay. But that's why you take the big goals and make them smaller. That way, even if you fall off track, you're able to bounce back and get back on the wagon. My next thing I have for you to level up in the next 6 months is managing your time. And that goes back into planning things. You have to manage time because time gets away from us so easily. You know, you look up and the day be gone. You wake up 8, 9 o'clock and you think you got the whole day to do things. And then like the next thing you know, it's 5 p.m. You remember? So I'm all for getting rest. And I think you should prioritize getting rest and sleeping. However, put yourself on a time, like especially if you can get to bed at a decent time. So if you get to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and let's just say you don't have to physically get up to go to work, you know, you should be able to manage your time in a way that it allows you to get a workout in. You know, you're eating healthy meals, you're taking time to journal and things like that. Again, you want to manage your time because a lot of times we find ourselves endlessly scrolling on social media. I'm guilty of it myself. And it hasn't, listen, it hurts because you'll look up and you think like, oh man, like I'm just going to scroll for 30 minutes and you look up and an hour done went by. And then like that happens over and over. And then before you know it, you've been on TikTok scrolling for hours on end and the day didn't got away from you. Or you didn't lay it down because you wanted to just lay down and not do nothing, especially when you have things to do. And this is not saying, you know, when you have, you need a mental break and you really just need to sleep and rest. That we're not talking about that. We're talking about laziness, being lazy. Like get up, you know, do the things that you say you're going to do that you put into your planner and then you can rest. I think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it in a sense, like if I go and do the things that I have on my list to do for the day, then I can rest. Manage the time. Don't just sit around binging Netflix because you can, especially if you have a podcast to record, you know, you have content to make if that's your thing. And you just kind of procrastinating and putting it off, or you have emails to send, something as simple as returning a phone call. Maybe you have, you know, somebody to call. And instead of calling them, you're like, oh, I'll do it later. And you just push it off. Nah, manage your time. Yeah, man. Manage the time. So again, you know, taking care of your hair and things like that, all of that goes into putting effort into how you look. You know, fellas, make sure your shoes are clean. Look presentable at all times. Even if it's something as simple as going to the grocery store. And you might be saying, oh, man, I ain't doing all of that. Okay, and that's fine. You don't have to. However, this is for people that want to level up. You want to look presentable at all times. Again, I'm guilty of this. A lot of times I just throw on some basketball shorts and go about my business. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to elevate and put yourself in a different position, then it's just something you want to put effort into. Because I know a lot of people that look fly, you know what I mean? Like they look fly when they just go and make groceries, you know? So that's all I got for you. That's just some of the things and how you can level up in the next 6 months. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check the description for all the links. Get you some merch. Check out Facience.com. The book is also in the description. And if you want the audio for the podcast, that'll also be in the description. Until next time, peace, love, and happiness.